What is up, YouTube? The triumphant return of It Figures, where I talk figures. Unfortunately, I've been away from my screen, phone, whatever, making videos because A, I haven't been able to figure hunt. B, I haven't been able to be down in my man cave with all my wrestling babies, as I call them, because I had a little reconstructive surgery on my Achilles tendon. Uh, don't need that much info, but I had an Achilles tendon tear, so I am only have the use of one foot. Can't go down in my basement, hang out with my wrestling figures. So kind of a bummer. Hard to get out shopping and hunting too. But I sure have mail days, and it's been a good couple mail days. So I'll be making some videos upstairs in different surroundings. Not the cool figures behind me or able to grab at them and show you the old ones, but I do, again, I'm getting figures in the mail, and today I am going to talk about Nature Boy Ric Flair, Big Rubber Guys from Major Bendy's, and this figure is Impulse Buy 101. I saw them put up the Arn and Tully tag team figures. Well, they're not really a tag team figure. They come with the national championship belt and the world television belt, so they're singles wrestlers, but they're releasing Arn and Tully together, and I had to order them, and I saw this was still available, so I'm like, yeah, I gotta get Flair. I mean, I have a lot of Flair figures, but anytime you can get Flair that looks like an LJN, I'm all for it. I'll tell you what it reminds me of back in my old toy collection. Unfortunately, I don't have it anymore, but let's get to it. One complaint right off the bat that you'll see, if you look here, it comes with the big gold belt, and I've heard this from a lot of people who got these. They can't stay displayed very well. I don't know if I'm going to display this out of the box or if I'm going to just fix that, see if I can't keep it fastened in there somehow and hang it mint on card. I am going to open it up and see what happens to show you guys, because these are easy to open and put back in, but we'll get to it. So let's look at the packaging. Love the packaging. Love that it stands up by itself. We'll move it back a little bit here. Love that it stands up by itself. You got Ric Flair there, Big Rubber Guys, Major Bendy's. Little picture of him with his big gold belt. Beautiful packaging. On the back, I'm not going to go over these, but here's all the cross sell. Some of them that I'm going to try to get that I haven't seen out yet. I certainly want to see if I can get the Macho King. That's definitely intriguing to me. Maybe an Andre if they come back out. I know they're coming out with an Andre the Giant with the Ultimate Warrior face paint. I might try to get that. Again, Arn and Tully are on their way, and a lot of these just real epic. They're playing the hits here. I mean, Road Warriors I've gotten, Bulldogs I've gotten. They're giving the figures that we can't get through Mattel, and they're doing it in LJN style. And I really love it. So I did notice when I opened my Road Warriors, which was the first ones I'd ever opened, I have a few of these Bulldogs and Macho Man on card, but I did notice that the figures kind of feel weird. But let's they don't feel like LJN. I shouldn't say they feel weird, but let's take a look. You can easily slide the back off. It's got that cool purple background with all the crowd. And sometimes they have signs that say stuff. This one just says Big Rubber Guys. Scratch that figure itch. Yeah, so you can kind of see that. It's kind of neat. A little throwback to the LJN. So what's been happening is this inside plastic is really, really thin and I'll say flimsy. Again, in the case of the Road Warriors, if you watch that video, it came, but I wasn't able to keep it mint on card because the figures would not stay where they're at. So as you can see, the belt slipped out, but we'll just take a look here. Let's take a look at the belt first. It's pretty awesome, big gold. Reminds me, I got one, and I don't know if it was a San Francisco Toys or what old championship belt I got from a different LJN style, but Let's get into that now. I'll take Nature Boy out and we'll talk about the San Francisco toy line, because that's what I remember my Nature Boy quote unquote LJN figure was from. But yeah, the big gold, pretty cool. Just like a standard title belt, latches on the back. It doesn't have those knobs though. It has little latches there, so that's pretty cool. Stays in. And I'm going to try to carefully get the Nature Boy out without ruining the plastic, because again, my intentions are to put them back in. So here we go. Give us your woo face, right? Nature Boy Ric Flair in the light blues. Always love that look on him, especially when he had a good tan. A couple times he wrestled in white or light blue, had a good tan, the hair contrasting the dark skin. And that's one thing I will say, I wish he had a little more of a tan. I don't know exactly what this figure is based on as far as what matches he wrestled in this, but I think it would look even cooler if he had a little darker skin. But here you have the light blue trunks with the RF, the very animated woo face, like I said. It's pretty cool. You would know that's Nature Boy Ric Flair if you ever saw him. He's got the hands doing the old, woo gesture. You got dark blue knee pads with the light on the back, the RF on each side of the boots, the white laces. And what I've noticed, and I noticed this with the Road Warriors too, they really do a good job of telling you who they are, getting their name out there. I will tell you, Cardona and the boys, this line, you can tell they love figures. That's all I'm going to say. You can tell they love figures because they are making these for guys like me and probably the 20 plus people watching this that collect figures, older I'm sure, and love the nostalgia of it. And that's kind of what Cardona and the boys are doing. But yeah, well-made figure. Doesn't smell like an LJN, unfortunately. I still have, from when I was an 8-year-old boy, that smell of a new LJN getting opened up. But kind of hard compared to the almost, some of the LJNs were more bendy. This is not very giving. I mean, it's rubber, but it's not giving. Doesn't quite feel as, when I opened the Road Warriors, it felt kind of ceramic. This isn't quite as bad, but still, again, not quite the feel of an LJN. Maybe the feel of a bigger LJN, like a Bundy, SD Jones, things like that. But no, he's got his abs there. Once in a while, Flair would have his abs going on. He's always in good shape, whether he thought he was or not. The biceps are a little overblown, I would say, but that's, again, typical for this style of a figure. So, yeah, very much love this figure. Glad I got it. I am going to try to package it back up when we're off the screen and display it with my Arn and Tully when they come in. Maybe on the secondary market I will get a Dusty Rhodes as well. But yeah, you take a look here, and great figure. Nature Boy Ric Flair. I mean, I could go on for an hour talking about his contributions to not only wrestling, but my childhood. I didn't watch the NWA when I was a burgeoning wrestling fan. I watched AWA first. Then when WWF went national, I got hooked on that. I would go over to my buddy's house who had cable and watch WCW Saturday Night, World Championship Wrestling, Saturday night, 6:05 Eastern. Everyone knows the drill. And that's where I saw Ric Flair, because it was one of those things where I just couldn't turn on the TV and see it at any time I wanted. It became more special to me. It became kind of a treat to go over there. We'd hang out. I'm in the Central Time Zone, so 5 o'clock we'd go down in his basement, hang out, and watch NWA wrestling and World Championship Wrestling, and see the Horsemen, see Dusty, see all those guys. So Flair, one of the greats. Then he comes to WWF in the early 90s. Spends, I'll call it a cup of coffee. Very memorable run there from 91 to 93 in the WWF, winning the Royal Rumble to win the championship, etc. Some of his feuds with Macho Man Savage were among the greatest. Bret Hart, So, and then he went back to WCW, and honestly, once everyone started to defect, uh, Hogan, Macho Man, all the others, that's when I became a WCW guy, and through the Monday Night Wars, kind of left WWF behind for a while, catching up still now, watching some of the old Attitude Era stuff, and know my history. But yeah, this Ric Flair figure is amazing. Ric Flair, one of the greatest of all times. I guess I will call him the greatest of all times. Not my favorite, but in my top 5 wrestlers. I've been known to shout it to the rooftops that Macho Man Savage is number 1 for me. I even would go as far to say that Ric Flair is not even my favorite horseman. I would never tell him that to his face, but Arn Anderson is probably my number 2 wrestler of all time. Shout out to Arn. But yeah, so drop a comment. Let me know what you think about the Nature Boy. Let me know what you think about the Big Rubber Guy line. Let me know what you think about the Big Rubber Guy figure I just reviewed. But overall, and look, guys, I see these things. I know what they look like. I'm not going to buy one that I don't think is awesome. I just open them up. I like talking to you guys about them, guys and girls, if there's any out there, and just kind of talking about what I see when I open them up. Again, awesome line. Way to go, Cardona and the boys. Appreciate you watching. Throw me a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. And I am going to be doing a lot more of these reviews. I've got a couple boxes full of stuff that I'm going to open, and had some good mail days, and so probably every other day to every 2 or 3 days I'm going to be throwing a new video out here, until I can get back on both of my feet. So yeah, thanks for watching. Keep tuning in to It Figures, and good hunting out there. Let me know what you're finding, because unfortunately I'm not out there to find it. And good luck. Deuces, ooses.